version to Umbraco 17 today, production version, and I just thought that, oh, there is one functionality that is perfect for that. So in next migration, we get it. Yes.
I think you can post that features into that GitHub Umbraco CMS page, that you can list this should be into the next version release something. So we'll also have a feedback to get recorded somewhere. Okay, we have Prashant as well. Hi, Prashant.
Hi, Nikhil.
Great. Welcome to see you once again.
Yeah.
Great. Let's wait for 1 or 2 more minutes as a few more people will gonna join.
So you are already excited about the Umbraco India festival you are having.
That's right. Yeah,
It
that's right.
seems cool. You have a hackathon and everything.
We will tell it like a mini code garden.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. How's the weather there in Finland?
Today it's really sunny summer day. It's plus 20 degrees. It's been almost 30 degrees last days, and we have been melting. We are not used to that warm. But it's nice. It's summer here.
Yeah. Hi, Richard.
Hi. Good to see everybody.
Yeah. So
Is
the
it
same
warm
questions.
in India
now? It's the beginning of monsoon, we can say. So as compared to Europe, like I saw some of the videos that traffic signals get melt down and so Richard, we wanted to hear about it from you. How's the
we can complain about the weather, but compared to you, it's absolutely nothing. So you're all just laughing at us like, oh, that's nothing. Luckily, we're in the mid-20s at the moment this week, so
it's
okay.
enough for me.
Rather hoping my local supermarket has some working fridges.
I think we can start. Meanwhile, people will join. And yes, Asha and Milan, over to you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. And welcome back to our new meetup, where we'll be unveiling our Umbraco 18. That something has been released in past few days. So yeah, let me start. Oh, let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, Namaste Umbraco, and let me kick off our Umbraco 18 unveiling, where we will be discussing few technical things, what has been changed, what has been upgraded, how Umbraco is running with .NET, and what changes are currently, and what new features has been introduced in Umbraco 18. And probably by attending this meetup, maybe you will be able to figure it out whether we should go in a 18 or stay in a 17, or we should wait for a 19. So yeah, this is the LTS version that has been released by Umbraco in last week. So here with me, Milan.
Yes, hi guys. My name is Milan and I'm Umbraco certified master 2 times. Also a project manager and co-organizer of UUGI. Working with Umbraco since version 6, and I have 11 plus years of experience in .NET technology plus Umbraco as well. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. And hi, I'm Asha, and I'm Umbraco MVP and Certified Master. I'm working as a solution architect here in Giriraj Digital and working with Umbraco since version 6. I have 11 plus years of experience working with Umbraco and .NET both. And here with me, Nikhil.
Thank you, Asha. Yeah, myself, Nikhil, an Umbraco MVP and a certified master as well. And I'm serving as a CTO at Giriraj Digital and working with Umbraco version number 4 with having 13 plus years of experience, especially in Umbraco and .NET.
Perfect. Thank you, Milan and Nikhil, for joining us today. And here, there is a very honest question from my side. Anyone landed yet on a V18? Share with us in a chat. I'll be not opening my chat, so please help someone.
I don't think so if anyone has tried yet, but I know
I think Milan
you
tried.
and Milan. Yeah,
Milan
Milan also
tried,
tried.
and
Yeah.
he also fixed few of
Yeah.
the problems in V18 version, isn't it?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I have generated our first PR and will be in 18.1 version.
Wow,
Great.
that's very great.
Nice.
Great then. That's okay. We'll be walking you through in a V18 in the meantime. Let we first walk through what was in a V16 and V17. So first with the V16, we saw there are so many features has been introduced in a V16, sending notification alternatives. They have changed the notification implementation, the property preset values, that something has been changed in a 16, content type create filters, property level UI permission. This is the very good feature that has been introduced in a V16. And this optional Umbraco CMS search, that was like a game changing in a search era. That something was really good because that has been detached. The search has been completely detached with Umbraco, and they have introduced Umbraco CMS search, where we can implement our AI search and a lot of things. I believe that you already aware with this feature because you are using a V17. So yeah, what was a V17? V16 was a STS. Then we had Umbraco 17, which was a LTS, and it was changed, built on a .NET 10. So .NET framework has been changed in Umbraco 17. The hybrid cache, lazy loading has been introduced in a V17. Then we had a tip-tap rich text editor. I know that there are a lot of people who are complaining about a tip-tap because they are used to with a tiny MC. But yeah, I think tip-tap is also good in a lot of, in a way, in a way, because I saw also a lot of conversation are happening around a tip tap in a forum as well. But yes, this is the good one. It has extensive features available in a tip tap. Then a new back office on a web component, I think that already been changed. The back office has been structurized in a way with the plug and play, and web component has been introduced, and Umbraco developer MCP. I think client, customer, developers, all people wanted to be on Umbraco 17 just because it has one brilliant thing in as a Umbraco developer MCP. That something is making life easy for a developer, editors, and everyone So yeah, and true long-term support. This is with Umbraco 17 currently. Umbraco 18 is a still STS, but yeah, it has also few feature has been introduced. So yeah, this is on the way. That's something on customer, that's something on us, how we are consulting them and what we are suggesting to go ahead. So it's time for Umbraco 18. It's a short-term support, but yes, it's been released on 25th June 2016, 26, sorry, and this is the short-term support. But still, why we should be in Umbraco 18, that's something we'll have a later on. First of all, let's understand how we can set up Umbraco 18. Milind, can you please help us?
Yeah, sure. I think it is the same as earlier version. The first thing we can do it with the command line. The simple thing, the 3 command you can implement .NET install umbraco.template. If you want 18 version, like the latest version, then you don't need to write or add any of the version there. If you want a legacy version like 17 or something, then you need to put a double colon and then version number. And after that, once you implement the template, after that, you just need to write a new Umbraco, then project name, and just, yeah, it's done. Just need to run a .NET application, and you need to configure your database and all thing. And yeah, it's set up. All thing is set up with the command line. Yeah,
Perfect.
and the second thing, second thing with the NuGet package manager, go to the Visual Studio, create a new application with the .NET, add a NuGet package with Umbraco 17. You can choose a version over there. You will have a version dropdown. You can select any, whatever you want. You can simply select that and install the Umbraco package over there and just run the application with the Visual Studio or VS Code, whatever you prefer for your project. Yeah. The third thing, Visual Studio has the template, which is called Umbraco project template. You can select simply Umbraco project template and just push a next button. It will generate a latest Umbraco version project. If you want a legacy version like 17 and then 17 or earlier version, you need to do a first command line. It's a workaround, like in a folder, go to the folder, just install Umbraco template, whatever version you want, and just create Umbraco project template with the Visual Studio, and it will get it done for you. Yeah, so these three, you can put your Umbraco application live. Yeah, next, please. Okay, yeah, and it's the same as version 17, like the .NET 10 and C# 14. No change on that .NET side. It's a sort and switch standard term support release, and still it's on a .NET 10 LTS runtime version. Yeah, it's released on 25th June, as mentioned earlier. They fixed 176 bugs, and there's a couple of future edition as well. Most of the bugs are related to back office performance, faster content traversal, 7 publish issue, most of the UI issue. Also, they have remove or clean up the code. You can say the obsolete code they have removed. Implement and improve the cache functionality as well. And they have added a better developer experience. As well as one thing I also like that the open API, which they have added, and also support for the AI, that schema generation that I will take later. But yeah, that is also they have improved on this. And yeah, it is a standard term support, so it's a little bit that
It's like
it's a
trying.
standard, so try. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever they don't want to release the major version, but still want us or developer or user to use the new functionality, then they are adding a standard term support. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. And yes, so now what has been introduced, what the functionality, new feature has been introduced in this Umbraco 18 version. So library and elements. I think I remember during the keynote in a code garden as well, they show, and the Umbraco HQ team also shown us about this feature. The new library section has been introduced in Umbraco. So previously what we need to do, it's kind of a data pooling. We used to create our data authors or kind of a data. That's something we need to pick in another pages. We used to create in a data folder in our content tree. But that has been, you know, moved to, not moved to, that was a strategy. That's something we used to follow with the content standard mechanism. But now the library has been introduced where we can manage this type of elements, kind of author categories, and so many. Those have no physical template or no UI, and we just need to pick or link with the pages. So that is the feature. The library one has been introduced. How it is working? Just it's a simply the element type. Whatever the document we are creating, that should be element type, and we just need to allow the one option which is allow in a library, and then we can be able to create our items in those library. So yeah, full management, as I said, kind of content tree adjustment we used to create in a content, that something has been shifted to this library section, and where we can manage everything without you know, I remember that when we used to create a data pooling, we used to introduce like do not add this in XML, this sitemap.xml. So that's something we don't need to do anymore, because that is a separate, this library is a separate than our whole content tree. So yeah, why this elements matters? Because before, as I said, we used to create a global library node in a content tree. Now that something has been shifted into the library. Before that, we need to put down, like, we don't want to crawl this in a sitemap, and those all the properties we need to you know, take care. And sometimes like content author used to forget, and we saw, oh, why this category has been crawled over the search engines, because we forget to you know, disable that in a sitemap XML. So that's something we don't need to worry about. Template list document type tucked inside it, never meant to be routable, a pattern reinvented in every project. And now in a native V18, that something has been completely reusable. The management and permissions editor already understand, because that is one new section. So we can easily manage, like who can, if we have the kind of a management data where editors cannot perform, cannot create those categories, but some respective people who has a authority to create those content, then yes, they have only permission to create those library. And yes, so mixing of elements with the blocks and converting blocks into reusable elements, that's something will going to arrive in Umbraco 19. So this mix up with the converting blocks, reusable elements, that will be like a game changing. I noticed this one thing in here in a site code technology, where we used to have like a reusable component. That's something we create one reusable component and pick it all over the pages. So this reusable blocks functionality is not yet in a V18, but that's something in the roadmap of Umbraco 19. So if you would like to use that, then wait for Umbraco 19. Probably that will gonna help us. So I said a lot of things around it, but until we see in the back office, that will not going to make sense. So let me show that. I have a demo project that I can show you. Okay, so you can see here the library section. And here is the category. This is a simple folder, and this is my all the category. That something has been used in this pages, community, popular blogs, meetups, all these pages that has been used. Let's see where it's been used. For an example, community page, I'll see an article detail, and here is my category. If I'll go in info and show you in a document type, this is little technical, so please bear with me. These are the category. Here you will be see the element picker. And this is the article control where this category has been created. And this is the element picker. Property editor has been used as an element picker, and we have chosen here the category folder. Now, what needs to be done? Everyone will have a question like, what I need to create to for creating this type of the data. These are the simple element type. I have a document type elements, and here library elements has this category element. This is the one document type where my structure is saying allow in a library. So this is the option, that's something we need to enable it, allow in a library. And in a setting, it should be element type. So now it's this category element will treat as an element type, and that's something we can create into the library section. So previously, when we used to create the content, that used to have like a default document type without a template. But now element type can be also the part of a content creation. That's something I can say. So you created this element type, and the simple way you need to create one data type probably. As I shown that element type picker here, this category. And this one is the property editor. That's something we need to choose. And we can add this data type as a property in any of the document type wherever we need. And then you can come here, create any folder. I think if I'll create like authors. And I will be able to, because I've just allowed this create category element, therefore otherwise I'll be able to create any kind of category. And now we can use this anywhere in our document to pick the content. So yeah, this was the short demo. And let's go on to next. Sorry, this has been reset. Okay, this is the one thing this has been introduced. The next one is about the delivery API typed open API schema. I think as Milan said previously, the one feature has been implemented about this schema, open API schema, dedicated schema as per a document for delivery API, media type, and expressed as a this union keyed on a content type, and this enable it via configuration response stay unchanged. So this is the one thing that has been introduced in Umbraco 18, where the dedicated schema will going to be created for each and every document. So that's something has been introduced, and why it will going to help. So strongly typed client, if we are implementing any strongly typed clients for kind of a one page where events are there, so that event page will have a schema, few of the properties, and that's something we can use in our any other front-end technology to make a strongly typed DTUs, where we can mention yes, this properties will going to come for this document. So this is the one which has been introduced in Umbraco 18. And the next one, under the hood, the Open API stack has been changed. Previously, it was a Shopacle ASP.NET Core, and now this has been changed for ASP.NET Core Open API. So the configuration, it will be little changed. Add Swagger generation and back office API document. That's something, yeah, few of the code base will be changed here. But yes, this legacy has been replaced with the Microsoft ASP.NET Core Open API. And with this, I think we'll have a more and more options to configure. But yeah, you can try it out by yourself. And yes, I'm trying to move it next. Why? Okay. So now also few of the things which has been shipped in 18. Milan?
Yes. So there are a few things that is shipping 18. Also, you can find it in version 17, the minor version as well. The first thing is the performance, the faster startup and few back office requests. So earlier, whenever the back office is loading, the old API like in a 17 and 16 and 15, the old API is calling like the content tree as well, user, member, all thing, I think. Yeah, but in 18 they have improved a lot of things for as a performance improvement. They are just calling a few API which is needed for loading first page, let's say content, only tree is retrieval. Also, I remember just whenever I'm using a 15, 16 or 17 version, the content tree is loading a bit slow. Only I cannot see any content on my just menu is appearing and content is not there. So that is something is improved also in 18. Yeah, and the next is output caching. So earlier, they are like Umbraco is doing the whole traversal from request to the user. Like they are make once there is a request, it's calling all the traversal and making a page for you and just delivering it to you. So just think about the 10,000 user, it will make a 10,000 pages at that time. But for now, what it's doing is it's first as a first request, it's generating a HTML and just cache that HTML. Whenever the second request, third request is come, it's just give a that generated HTML. So it's a super fast, we can say, and it will be very helpful for the performance improvement. Yeah. The third thing, external only member. Earlier, whenever we used to use with the external members, like let's say Microsoft Auth or Google or something, we need to sync up the members. Let's say they are syncing a username, member, name, password, everything they have to sync up with the third-party API. So we have a duplicate record, you can say. One is in an external tool, second one is in our Umbraco itself. So they introduce lightweight member login functionality, which helpful to create a member in our Umbraco, but with the minimal data, like let's say only ID and the role, whatever role is there in a member. So very light things they are saving and using that as a part of a member. So it will be helpful for performance of a data as well for the member, and we don't need to use a duplicate record. Yeah, and better AI support. Yeah, after 17, there we are like Umbraco is focusing on AI as well, and like you can see they have made an open API schema changes. So they have introduced a schema endpoint where management API, which can be great help for AI tools. Like let's say in a MCP, they are requested or want to add a value, but they don't know the what is the schema, how to add that value or how to add that block list. So they introduced that open API schema, which is helpful for LLM and any other external tool as well that request the schema for the data type and document type, understand the request structure, and construct a valid value for that block list or whatever the property we have used. Right. Okay. Next, please. Yeah, another thing they introduce module deployment. We used to see in Umbraco 13 as well. We have a separate thing, add back office and add website like that. It's totally internal things like how we are using. Let's think about the load balancing. If you want to add only back office stuff and in another server you have to add only website, that is in a 13 it is already there, but it's treated as a one application. So even though you have only website, it is loading all the stuff for the back office as well. But now they are supporting the different thing. If you are only want to use a website, they are not loading the back office stuff, which is not useful over there in a website, and vice versa in back office as well. The next thing is back office refinement. Uh, they have fixes low, as I mentioned earlier as well. There is a lots of things they have fixed related to UI related to the performance, and also introduce the open API as well. So there are lots of things that is refined in a back office stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. That all are in a shipping in Haiti. Now I think you have the question, what should be the version we need to choose? I think that is
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's more on development and business side both. These slides make sense because the first one is that we must have to first upgrade into V17 because V13 is already going to end of life by this December. So first step, just try to get your sites running perfectly with V17 so we don't have any vulnerability issues for the upcoming. And if you want to express something that I wanted to put my hand on library and make some elements to get into my website, so it will be ready for the new further release like 9, 18, 19, 20, 21 to the next LTS. So you should try V18, and then if you are just waiting for me, like I'm still waiting for the reusable blocks, which is eagerly by launching by this Q4 of this year, then let's just upgrade to V17 and just wait for V19 to launch. Then you will get to use up that reusable blocks. And so that's the 3 stage at this moment. But the first one, which is the last point we would highlight, is that we must have to upgrade first to 17 as an LTS. So any other roadmap for the 17, it would be very easy for us to get on with V17 onwards. So I think, yeah, these are the more 4 points I think we should take away from here, that at least we should try 17 first because V13 is already end of life. And if you have some space, just try with 18, adopt library today, so you don't have to rework again on that part after 19 onwards.
Perfect. That's useful. Great then. Let's talk about V18 migration strategy. Everyone heard about V17, V13, V17, V16, everything. Then what now if someone would like to be in a V18 migration, V18, right? So let's see. So in my perspective, I would like to share something. If you are already on a V13 and a V17, that's a straightforward migration. But if you are still in a legacy of Umbraco 8, there are a lot of customers who used to be there because they didn't migrated into V13 yet. V8 is already reached on end of life, but still they are on a V8. Then the first step should be just come on a V70 or a V13, whatever you feel flexible. Maybe V82, V17 should be the good option. And then if you are already on a V13, then you must have to come on a V17 because V13 is still with the back office extension and everything is still with AngularJS. That's something needs to be rewrite in TypeScript, the web lead version, the web component version. But if you are in a V17, then V18 will be very straightforward, just like a straightforward upgrade, and you will have, a capability to use this library and everything. So with that V18, if you are on V17, you don't need to worry about your SDK or anything. If you are already on a V17, then you don't need to install any SDK. .NET 10 is there. V18 is also using a .NET 10. So that's something is similar. You don't need to do any extra installation for it. And the iPublish content parent, that something has been removed, and that is also in a V17, and we just need to use the navigation query APIs. That's already we are doing in V17. But yeah, while you are coming on from the V13, then you need to take care about this. The iPublish content dot parent, that something has been removed, and we need to use the navigation queries to populate on to identify the parents and everything. So this code needs to be rewrite. The single mode block list has been migration now. That something has been automatically running. If you have only one, for an example, if you have a one block list and you have only one item that has been enabled, then it will be converting into the single mode block list migration that is automatically running while you are coming from V13 to V17 and or V18. The open API endpoints are a rename. As you said, like /swagger has been currently replaced with the open API. So that's something we need to take care. If somewhere you made this endpoints, then you need to change it. So that's something you need to take care. And while you come up from the V17 to V18, we know that the technology, back office technology is not being changed, but still the good idea to test your back office extension and the API endpoints to make sure that's already working. So I would say if you are on a V17, the V18 path is very simple and straightforward. You just need to make some amendments and that's it. But if you are in a V13, that can be some complex part because you need to rewrite the whole code, the back office extension and everything into V18. And if you are in a V8, which is like legacy version, then there will be a much work we need to do on our websites. So I would recommend to be always be on with the Umbraco's latest version, whether it's LTS or STS. I think for a customer is used to be LTS, but for a developer, STS is not the bad option. We should try anyway. Then this Umbraco API controller, that something has been removed, and the completely rewrite code, the API part, which we used to have the Umbraco API controller, that something has been replaced with the API controller and routing part. I think you already saw this in a V17, but I'm just highlighting this part if you are coming from V13 to V18. And yes, always read the version specific upgrade guide. Maybe if you are something is a failing in between and you are looking at and anything is not working out, then it's a good idea to run through or visit the version specific upgrade guide, which will be helpful. What has been changed, what can be broken, that something is mentioned over this document guide.
Yeah, and
And I
just one
sorry.
thing, like I have also read one of the Umbraco blog article where they mention the two strategy from 13 or 10 to 17. The first one that is straightforward, I guess, as you mentioned. The second thing I think they talk about in a blog, talk about that deploy package. Not sure it's only for the Umbraco cloud, not sure. But if anyone has tried and if I have any experience, they can share. But yeah, there is a two strategy, I guess. I have never tried with the deploy package, but I think it will be also easy when there is a legacy package and maybe a huge content. You just need to add a new project with version 17 with the fresh installation and just uh, restore your schema and everything with the deploy package. That what they are saying in a blog. You can read
deploy
and maybe deploy
deploy
package. Yes.
on premises.
Yes, there is a written like in a local, it will help you or it will work in a local, not on a live premises. But yeah, it's worth to try. Maybe it will be helpful for us
Yeah,
while
that's
migrating.
very true. That we never been experienced the deploy with on premises. So yeah,
Mm.
that's a good takeaway. So yes, I think by this session you will have a good idea what has been introduced, where you are standing, and what you need to go next as a destination. And I think if you have any question, then please let us know. We can discuss, or if anyone would like to discuss anything, we have a few minutes where we can discuss.
Yeah,
Hello.
we have first question. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chetan, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. I have one question about the element things. So in my site, I have many element types. So can I manually one by one to enable and move it to in the library section, or is there any settings?
Okay, so basically you don't need to move it to library section. Okay, first of all, let's go one by one. So if you have a 4 to 5 elements which you need to enable to create a content into library, then yes, this is the option where you need to mark as a allow in a library. Okay, and I think there is a no option to move directly the content, but yes, probably you can write down some code base or
Custom code.
anything to move the content into a library mode, because this is
Yeah.
still we need to figure it out how it's saving into a database. And then I think migration plan can help us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
Yes, Abhay.
Hello.
Yes, Abhay.
Yeah. So one thing to just like ask regarding open API thing. So is it possible like we still have like a rich UI to get all the API endpoints after the removal of Swagger and Swashbuckle? Or like I think it tried out.
Interesting thing. I think you need to try it out. Just
Yeah.
install the one V18 version
Yeah,
and
I
you will be
think
able to figure it out. Yes, but
yeah.
it should be. If it's not, then just wait for some
Hmm.
times. I think
Yeah.
someone will going to create one a very good package in a marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Great.
that should
Thank
be
you.
that should be something.
I think Abhay shared one of the package idea, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I think any more questions, guys? Or still, if people will try more on V18, then we'll have something more. Yes.
Yes. So in that case, I think you can always reach out to us in case of anything. If you find something, just let us know that this is something new that in V18, but you missed. So we'll also consider this in our radar. Yes, this is something is a new which we missed in V18.
Yes.
I want to thank you. It was just a great introduction, so clearly introduced all those things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gia.
Thank you, Jia.
Great then. I think on that note, thank you everyone for joining us. And we have a one more meetup lined up, and that will be very interesting topic. It's about automate. So
Yes.
yes, just try it out, automate, and come in the meetup. You will have a great questions, and we'll be answering those. First, we'll show you how the automate is working and everything. But yeah, if you have a good knowledge, then probably the question answer will be a great one.
I think Umbraco Automate is launching by next week. I guess it's next Thursday. And after that, very next Thursday, we will be presenting one good demo. I think Milan is presenting. So 9th, the Automate is launching. And Umbraco Users Group India is coming back with the same Automate with some real-time example, how we can use that onto the upcoming next Thursday. So next to next, it's the 23rd. And we will be, checking, or we can say we will be presenting one of the real-time use case of actual Umbraco Automate. And we all are excited because now no one has to write a code like once I'll do 7 publish, I want to extend this notification handler and something to it. Let's do it by the editors now. So we all are excited. And again, I am saying multiple times, thanks to Umbraco HQ to making a product like this as an open source. So we
Yeah,
love this. Yeah.
that's very true. So I think my final question will be the people who are attending this session. Is like, who will going to recommend V18 to their customer, or will going to use it, or what's your thoughts on it? Anyone would like to share?
We have always relied on the LTS versions, mostly always those. Have you used these not LTS versions of Umbraco for production things?
I think no, but if the customer is ready, like on a V, when we were targeting to V17, then we knew it rather than building everything and extension and everything into Angular and then move to the V17. We knew that the V14 is there. So I think we recommend to customer like, let's try it out a V14. It's okay if it's a STS, but the LTS version V17 will be there in a few months or in a year. But what we are building, that's something as the budget wise and everything, we should make this development in a V14 because it's there. And so that was the different scenario where we suggesting to customer that let's build into a V14. It's okay if it's STS, but I think customer will always believe in LTS. They will ask us whether it's LTS or STS. But yeah, if someone very interested to use this library feature, then yes, because there a lot of content is there in a content pool. We used to say is as a content pool, and we used to pick up those things. But if the open APIs and everything, anyways, the one LTS version will be there in a next future. But if we will adopt it very fastly, then it will be the upgrade into a next LTS will be straightforward. So that's something I can recommend.
So generally what I heard from few of the partners like us, so what they do, for example, if V17 is going to launch, so they will start their upgrade set pitch to the customer of V16. So until they finish the development, V17 will be ready. So they don't have that much time to get moved from V16 to 17 instead of directly from V13 to V17. So I think we should try, even if it's not for production, that's fine. But at least staging, we will start adopting those things. So whenever we come back to those part at the time of LTS, we don't have much challenges of that, especially from V13 to 17, where we have a custom sections in Angular, and you need to migrate everything to TypeScript at just the last minute. So this is also a good strategy, I can say.
Yeah, and major problem with the customer is like they are very hard to explain. Like they are only worried about that vulnerability. The STS don't have vulnerability issue. That is the main thing.
Yeah. Richard, you were saying something.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say we've got a client whose site we've had to do a sort of a shared content workaround. We're pitching for a rebuild later in the year. So I think normally I'd suggest sticking to LTSs, but I think for that client, I might stick my neck out and say go for V19 because they're going to want the shared block functionality, and just try and get them onto 19, and then nudge them onto 21 when that comes around, and then go back onto the LTSs.
True. Yep. That's also good. Yeah, I think thank you, Milan and Asha, for presenting a very nice V18
thank you.
with the practical of library stuffs. And meanwhile, until we come back with the automate, stay safe, take care, and see you again on 23rd. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.